Alright, well, I'm going to do a temporary and permanent fix on my Brother DCP-7065DN copier, which is also a printer, but I use it only for just copying purposes there. Yeah, discovered an issue with both my printer copiers. This one is actually a backup. It wasn't picking up the paper. It was trying to, but for whatever reason it wasn't. And the rollers were fine, cleaned them and all that. It was trying to grab the paper, but still couldn't do it. And I discovered that the little white tab right here, that this thing is, it actually was all the way in, basically like so. Couldn't even see it at all. And apparently that's part of the problem. Now the temporary fix, you can just use like a little piece of wire or a coat hanger or a little pick or something if you've got one, and reach in behind it and pull it back to where you can see it, just like that. Now it's not going to stay in place because it basically needs to be replaced. But if you pull that this white tab back to where it'll catch the tray. Let me get this pick out of here. And this little tab right here is what it's going to catch to trigger the mechanism to feed the paper. But yeah, so if you get that piece of plastic, the actual name of it, it's the feeder cam lever is what it's called. I've ordered a couple of them, one for this one and one for the other one, which is actually broke. That white tab is completely broke off, so it needs to be replaced because it will not feed any paper at all. But if you've still got some movement with your feeder cam lever, and you get a little hook here and just grab the back side behind it and drag it over where you can see it, and then close the tray and try it again. And there's the paper. So now you can actually make copies or print, for the time being until you can get the cam feeder or the feeder cam lever replaced. So now I'm going to show you on another one where it's completely broke and what we'll have to do to replace it. Okay, just getting set up here. So this is the other one that I have. I've already pulled the paper out because it's not working at all. And as you can see, there's no white tab here. What I've been trying to do is pull it over where it could catch, and discovered that the actual plastic really can't get in close enough. You can see a little bit of plastic there, but it's completely broke where there's not enough tab to catch, and will not allow the paper to be caught to make a copy or to print on. So yeah, this thing is completely broke. So I'm currently waiting on a replacement, and what I'll probably go ahead and do in the meantime is take the side off here. It's basically a little tab here, and there's also like a tab up in here as well. So this should be able to, this whole side should be able to come right off, so I can access the cam feeder or the feeder cam lever and be able to replace this. So I'll go ahead and get this set up on its side, and we'll see what it entails to get it completely out. Alright, so we got to take this screw out here when you open up the back door here on it, on the back side. This Phillips screw has to come completely out. Not the most easiest thing to get to here. There we go. And I'll try to get this set up where I can try to pull this side off. And we can do it like this. May have to get it on the edge here just to be able to get it off. Okay, let me slide this into the camera. Basically got it on its side here. Okay. Alright, try to widen the angle here a little bit so you can see it. Alright, so this is the piece we got to get out of the way. There's a little clip right here. And then the shot, a little clip on the edge you got to just pull out, and then this will come right out of the way. Alright, and this is there's a little spring here. So this is the actual piece. And as you can see, it's broke right there. So this is part of the problem. So sliding right back in place for the time being. Okay. Yep, it's a little piece that actually just broke right off there, so that's part of the problem. So right now, the camera, I'll show you that I actually got it to where it's in a temporary position, but for the time being, you know, it can still be used, but that definitely needs to be replaced, because that just, with it moving like that, that's, you know, if it comes out of its slot right there, then you're not going to be able to grab any paper. So, yeah, that's a close-up look of it right there. The feeder cam lever. So, and we get my clip here, because you can actually use the same clip to bring it back up and pop it out just like that. And then you can pop that spring right back in place once you get the new one in. Okay. Yeah, these brothers, they've actually been pretty bulletproof. Been using these things since, I think they first came out back in probably the late 2000s. And they've been really, good copiers. And that's, like I said, the main reason I've been using them is for, to use them for copies. There you go. Just pop that in place. Then we can put the spring back where it needs to go. Right there, so it's clipped back in place. So yeah. And then put that back on. But again, I'm not going to do all this until I get the new part in, which is currently in transit. So I'm going to pause this video until the new part comes in, and then we'll install it. Alright, the parts have arrived. So this is what they look like. I got two of them, one for each copier. So I'll go ahead and get one out. We'll put the other one to the side. So it's basically the same exact piece, but with these little ends that aren't broke off. So now I'll go ahead and take the old one out, and we'll put the new one in. You might want to use some, let's see, probably use needle nose or a screwdriver. Get that out of the way. And then we'll just pull this one out. Yep, I'm going to need a screwdriver actually. There we go. So get that pulled back in position. We should be able to just pull it right out. There we go. Just like that. And then just pop the new one in its place. Okay. It's just a little bit tricky, but try and get it here. This top of the gear there, I had to kind of get that underneath this other plastic lever and then get the little latch set up, where it would go inside the groove on the bottom there. Of course, I really can't get a good shot with the camera, but yeah, it's definitely where it needs to be now. So when the tray closes, it'll catch the rocker and push it in place, so that way it'll feed the paper properly. So now I'm ready to go ahead and put this gear back on. There it is. It only lines up one way because it's got a flat edge. And then get it on that little groove right there so it stays in place and doesn't spin around like it's not supposed to. Alright. And we'll go ahead and slide the tray back in. Alright. So that looks good. So it is functioning. Now I'll just go ahead and put this lid back on. Alright, finally got it on. Just have to get it basically lined back up so it's snap into place. Then we'll get the one screw on the back side here, put that back in so it'll stay put. Alright, now I'll go ahead and get it connected up and we'll try it out. Alright, it's going through its warm-up sequence. Paper is in, tray is closed, so let's try it out. Perfect. Yep. So there you go. Fixing a no paper feed on Brother what is this? DCP-7065DN. So excellent. There it is. Awesome. All right, well, here's another project completed. I'll just put the other cam lever in the other copier off camera, and that way I'll have both of them functional again. So we're good to go. I hope this helps you out. If you got something similar, maybe it has a similar issue, try that lever in the tray, or if it's broke, then just replace the lever entirely. Just have to look on eBay or Amazon or someplace to find the correct part for your model number copier. So all right, till next time, adios.